It's just under 2 months now since Israel was attacked by Hamas. And, we have to reflect on the reality. The reality is that Netanyahu had one job as Prime Minister of Israel, as did Herzog as President, and that was to keep Israel safe. And he failed. And he failed because he's more interested in his own political survival than he is in the safety and security and survival of the state of Israel and the wider safety of the Jewish people around the world. Netanyahu's obsession with preservation, self-preservation, has caused a reaction against Israel and a feeling of insecurity for Jewish people all over the world. This is a much less safe time now because of Netanyahu's stupidity, and so many chances. October the 7th should never have happened, but Netanyahu relied on technology rather than skill. And he was more interested in protecting the settlers than in defending the country. And his desperation, his viciousness, his obsession with cash to Qatar, his reluctance to think in the long terms about a peace with the Palestinian community, his obsession with political factions, and he ignored the warnings of the Shin Bet security service, of his own defense minister, because he was determined to keep his coalition in place rather than to protect the country. Hundreds of children, elderly people, women, soldiers have died in Israel and in Gaza. Thousands. And hundreds continue to be held hostage. 250,000 Israelis cannot live in their homes. 360,000 people have been pushed into military service. 18 to 20,000 Gazans are supposedly killed. 60% of those are civilians, 7,000 of them children. Gaza is heavily destroyed, decimated even. Decimated literally means 10% destroyed. It may be even higher than that. And 2 million Gazan people are displaced, 80% of the Gazan Strip's population. And Netanyahu had a choice. Instead, he was hell-bent on provoking the nation that he was elected to serve. And he has played, literally, into the hands of terrorists. He has become the instrument of terror with his bombs and his bunker busters and his military prowess. Not only has he not thought about what happens to Israel after this war, but he's not thought about what happens to him after this war, because he's not going to retain political power. The momentum of political opprobrium, the momentum against him in Israel is growing to a point where it cannot be stopped. His vow for revenge will see revenge against himself. All the places which Hamas is deployed, hiding and operating in, that wicked city we will turn into rubble. Well, maybe. But in doing so, he is nurturing the regeneration of Hamas, or some sort of phoenix, some sort of Hamas phoenix, and a new generation of terrorism is bred from his aggression, in exactly the same way as years of terrorism were bred by the foolishness of Bloody Sunday. And the only way forward for Ireland was to enlist the help of other countries. The only way forward for Israel is to enlist the hope and the help of other countries, and to get rid of Netanyahu.